I am bowling in Asmara, and it is like we are back in time. Bowling in Asmara. There is nothing electronic, everything is manual. A guy goes back and sets up the pins, a guy goes back and gives us the ball back. It's awesome. It is so cool, so much fun.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. This is my volleyball. This is my favorite one. It's the lightest one. Has a couple little dents in it, but that's all right. Once the pins go down, he comes back here and manually sets them all up.
Where do you come from?
Huh?
Where do you come from?
America. Yes. Considering that the floors are a little bit uneven, I actually didn't do so bad. But oh my gosh, it's so much fun. You think that the ball is going down the aisle, like down the strip, and you're going to get a strike, and then all of a sudden, because of the floor, it curves to the right, and you don't get it. But so much fun. Definitely, if you come to Asmara, come to the bowling alley. Like, definitely.
Where are you from?
America.
America.
Is this just a game in Eritrea? Biardo.
That's cool.
It came from Italy? Oh! A popular snack in Eritrea is toast. There is a big line, everybody waiting to get some toast, which is basically like a panini, ham and cheese squished together. Good.
In my last video, I told you guys about the internet restrictions here in Eritrea. I found out about a place that has decent speeds that you're actually able to get on. So in the morning, I hopped in a local shared taxi, which is 10 nakfa each, and headed to it.
As I have mentioned before, there is basically no internet in Asmara, in all of Eritrea. But I found out there are a couple of ways around this. I just found out about this place called the Blue Building, which is because it's a light blue color that has a higher speed internet. If you're here, it's by the Fiat building, and you can come and get on internet. You can buy data packages. And I actually was just able to make a phone call, which was really nice. I got to talk to my mom. You never know how attached you are to your phone until you don't have internet for several days.
I wanted to travel outside of Asmara, and in order to do so, you have to get written permission from the tourism office each time you want to go somewhere.
In this country, you are not allowed to travel without permission outside of Asmara. So right behind me is a tourism office where you can go and get a permit. It's right across from the commercial bank on Harnett on the main street. Salam! This is where you need to go, or you can hire a tour guide and he will be able to take care of that for you.
Right outside of Asmara is an unusual graveyard. It's not your typical graveyard filled with headstones. Instead, it is filled with military machinery that was used in war. The tank graveyard serves as a reminder of the victory over the 30-year war with Ethiopia and is a proud symbol of Eritrea's liberation and independence.
I am at the tank graveyard in Asmara. There are thousands of tanks and buses and trucks and equipment that were captured during the war with Ethiopia. The war lasted from 1961 to 1991. During this time, when Ethiopia invaded Eritrea, the guerrilla fighters of Eritrea captured all of this equipment from Ethiopia, and this is where it landed. And what's cool now, walking through it, is that there's all of these cactuses that have fruit on them and flowers and vines, and it's just like, wow, out of, you know, something that was so devastating and destructive, now comes this beauty and this other sign of life. It's a really cool place to visit. I highly recommend coming and seeing this little bit of history. Shalom, so pretty. Hi. Since there is so much Italian influence here, gelatos are huge. So I'm about to have my first gelato while in Eritrea. After having several Italian meals, I finally found a restaurant with traditional food, and it was delicious. Wow. So I'm with my friend Amal.
Yes.
She's from America, but she has been here for 10 months.
Literally.
And so she is showing me some traditional Eritrean food.
Gibabo.
Gibabo.
Yes,
Okay.
In Asmara. Shiro.
Shiro.
Kitfo.
Ooh, kitfo, which is raw meat, but it's medium. It's
Yeah.
cooked medium, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lab lab.
Jaja.
Yeah.
Jaja.
Pepsi Jaja.
Mita.
And then this is Mitmita.
Then Ajumo.
And this is Ajibo.
Yes.
Thank you.
And ajibo is a cheese.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you say like bon appetit? How do you say eat or enjoy your food or?
Naqadam balo. Yeah. Naqadam balo. تفضلوا.
Sobrang gawra?
Huh? Oh no, stand up. Oh, you know what? Actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah. Gursha
in Ethiopia.
Yeah, and what is it here?
Mokulas.
Mokalas?
Mokulas.
Mokalas.
Yeah.
Mokalas.
Thank you. Mokulas. Yeah.
Yakanale. Lights are back on. Off again, on again.
Any child that comes visits Eritrea and leaves, what do you miss about Eritrea? Which means the light came on, the light went away, basically. On and off.
Now I'm heading to the important port city of Eritrea called Massawa. My initial plans were to visit 2 ethnic groups that live in the area, but plans didn't go according to how I planned them, so I ended up joining along with some people who were heading that way. Massawa is about a 3 to 4 hour drive from Asmara. It strategically sits along the Red Sea. This is where a very important battle with Ethiopia took place during the 30-year war, resulting in the victory of Eritrean soldiers. Upon arrival, the first thing you're going to see is the memorial featuring 3 Ethiopian army tanks that were captured by the Eritrean army. Then we headed over to the palace of Haile Selassie, the last emperor of Ethiopia and a highly revered figure in Jamaica. His palace was destroyed during the war with Ethiopia.
I am inside the palace that Haile Selassie used to live in, and his wife lived right next door. This palace was destroyed during the Masawa War in 1990. You can see bullet holes all in the walls. During this same time, Ethiopia and Eritrea had been warring for 30 years, since 1961.
We walked through different parts of the old city where some people are still living today.
These are bottles of holy water from the church, and people hang them on the door for protection and for healing.
There's a lot of history and buildings that mark the eras of the different dynasties. Eritrea, throughout its history, was colonized 5 times.
So Eritrea was colonized 5 times.
5 times.
First by the
Egyptian,
Egyptians,
Turkish,
then the Turkish, then the Italians, then
and,
the English,
Britain, yeah,
Britain, and then the Ethiopians.
Yeah.
This building was built by the Turkish Empire, and this building right next to it was built by the Egyptians.
I was told that this bank was the oldest in Africa, but I couldn't confirm that once I got home.
Behind me is the first bank in Africa. They call it Bank de Roma. It was built by the Italians, and then again destroyed in 1990 from the war with Ethiopia.
Masawa is famous for having the oldest mosque in Africa, which I can confirm after researching.
Massawa is known for fish. So today we ordered zilzil. Never heard of it before, but super fresh, super good. Right now I'm in the best hotel in Massawa, Dalak Hotel. Unfortunately now, after I already checked in, got my room, I'm not staying here. I was under the impression I was gonna go to an Afar village, stay the night, meet the people, learn about the culture, as well as the Rashaida tribe that I was gonna stay in one of their villages. On my way here, I got news that the Rashaida tribe had gone north because it's so hot here. They're nomads, so they moved to cooler land. But I was assured that the Afar people were still here. So I get all the way here and they're not here. So I am heading back and just gonna make the best of it. You know, you gotta go with the flow sometimes. Things do not work out the way that they're supposed to or the way that you think that they should. But now I am about to take a boat and go to Green
Island.
to Green Island. So there will be some good that comes out of it. Lots of good that comes out of it, right? Place that back in around 1920 the Muslims used to come to, and they would stay here for 3 days and worship and pray and fast for 3 days. And then once they got back to Masawa, to the island, they became very blessed. So they got jobs and had a lot of prosperity and good luck.
Please like and subscribe to support my channel and see more from around the world.